Welcome guys, Brandon here from Terminated Gaming once again with another World of Warships replay. And this one, of course, as the title will suggest, this is my evidence for why the British light cruisers are the best. Now, that is clearly just my opinion. I have presented two other videos as evidence. This is the third video of evidence. This is a tier 10 match on Crash Zone Alpha Domination. Of course, we are in the tier 9 Neptune, working our way up to the tier 10 Minotaur, or whatever you want to call it. I'll probably change it how I say it all the time. Anyways, so on Crash Zone Alpha, I'm taking my tier 9 Minotaur to, tier 9 Neptune to the middle of the map towards C. There is a carrier in play. There is a carrier in play this match. So, yay! I'm gonna immediately get spotted by this aircraft here. So, might as well just light into him. This is, of course, not the smart decision for most people would say, because I'm going to get shot at. I'm a light cruiser. People want to shoot at me. I'm squishy. My reasoning for coming here is for some good crossfire opportunities, hopefully, and also to help this Shimakaze in C. But for right now, I need to push up so I don't get spotted, because the detection range on this ship is 10.5 kilometers. Cool. Minotaurs does go down from that. Edinburgh's was, of course, lower than this, so the Neptune is the biggest one off of that grouping. So here I start popping the smoke. I'm starting to just slow down, because I have targets of opportunity. So I'm going to start, and of course, I was the one spotting them. But no, now that the Thunder is shooting at somebody that's on our team, I can actually start shooting at him. Of course, with the Neptune and all, like, the light cruisers, I have to start off with ranging, like, getting myself on the correct bearing and all that kind of stuff. So but my first salvo does connect for 4,000 damage, and then my subsequent 2 salvos do nothing. I think the third one is gonna do nothing, and the fourth one is gonna do nothing. So, oh no, the fourth one did 2,000 damage, so... Brandon, aren't you saying that these are the best ships? I mean, yes, they're the most versatile ship. They're good against every class with one ammunition type, and then they have torpedoes on top of that. So you're gonna chunk people pretty hard. I mean, i.e. the Neptune or the Thunderer right there. When I'm connecting good salvos against him, I'm doing 5,000 damage, 5,000 damage, 5,000 damage every like 5.5 seconds. So you can't tell me that's not an excellent return. And here, you see torpedoes, so I speed up. British light cruisers also have amazing engine power. They start and go so quick. So I wasn't even running a hydro there, but I was able to evade those torpedoes because my DD screened for them. So I'm kind of surprised I was getting spotted here, but looking back at it, yeah, there's something probably off to my left that's spotting me. And, there's the Nevsky's also another light cruiser. So we put some shots into him, and he misses his return, so we kind of get away with that. Just a little bit. And now we're going to just kind of sit and relax for a second, because we're still spotted, and somebody still wants to shoot us, because we're a nice squishy Neptune. Who wouldn't want to shoot us in this situation? I pop a hydro here, mainly because there's still a DD and C. And I don't really too well want to get hit by a torpedo that I don't see coming. I pop right around the island just to shoot, but the Nevsky was literally just waiting for me. He had nothing else to shoot at. So he does a decent amount of return there. So I decided I'm just going to back away here. I had 4 things targeting me there, and one of them being that Frederick the Great. So pop a smoke. No longer spotted. Hopefully no shells are coming in. Oh, lovely, a radar. Oh, nope. Nevsky. It's not a Nevsky radar, I don't believe, because the Nevsky's still within range for his radar, unless he was running it before. But I'm backing up because there's still that Seattle fire coming in, which is really annoying. The Seattle is really trying to land shells into my smoke screen, which is really smart to do, by the way, to try to take out somebody in their smoke screen. And he does hit me when I move forward. but I'm trying to turn so I can get more guns to bear on targets. This is why it's a good thing to keep moving in your smoke screens, but you'll see me not take that advice a lot, so do as I say, not as I do. I do tend to stay stationary in my smoke screens, but it's a good thing I did move because those torpedoes were coming for the old position I was in. But I am running a hydro for a short time longer, so I had a good fair warning on those torpedoes. Of course, deep water torps only good against capital ships, cruisers, battleships, and capital ships, cruisers, battleships, and carriers. You can't hit anything with can't hit DDs with them. And of course, that Seattle really wants to hit me right now. I must be the only thing that he can shoot at. I launched my torps here. I have a 1.5-minute reload on torps, mainly because that Conqueror's pathing is coming towards me. So I figured, safe idea, maybe launch some torps in that direction of where he was going to go. Launch a salvo against the FTG, and then I get spotted. And I don't know where from at the moment of being spotted, and I think it's because of that DD that's capping us in the bottom there. So now let's go into panic mode. I'm a British light cruiser. I'm soft and squishy, and only one thing's targeted me? Okay. But while I'm spotted, I might as well shoot at things. So, Conqueror, you're my first option. Oh, you took out my torpedo tube. That's cool. And one torpedo hit. That causes flooding. Because I can't set fires, I gotta set floodings. And here you're gonna see... Oh, yep. If the ships that are spotting you are behind you, pop your smoke. Except for the fact that the ship that's spotting me is actually off to my right. So... I'm still getting spotted as I'm slowing down to pop my smoke. Thankfully, my final puff does help me and not hinder me there. But of course, since my torp tubes were hit while they were under reload, I have a full reload on that torp set. So now on my right side, I only have one torpedo tube that's loaded right now. But that FDG's taking waves of torps from that Shima. And here I notice, oh, I only got the one torp tube. And I was really disappointed. You notice I'm not single firing them right now, as I normally would. Mainly because I don't know if he's going to continue that course, so I want to give the best possible outcome for myself. But I'm going to lay into that FTG as much as I can. I was doing 5K when I had the range correct. Now I don't see him anymore, so switch over to the Conqueror. And let's see. Conqueror 8500, and now I don't see the Conqueror anymore, but my torp tubes are about to come back. So I'm going to launch him as if he's going to turn and avoid those first set. Of course, now I'm like, oh wait, I don't want to be that close to a Conqueror if he comes around and sees me. Because if I want to disengage, I need to leave now. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to disengage. But then I'm like, I got another side of torps. I'm sitting here, I think I'm contemplating whether or not I want to stay to try to torp the guy, or sail away while my smoke's still up and try to get some distance. And then he comes back up, so I keep turning, launch torps on inside the bearing and at the bearing of which he's coming, and then I get detected by him. But I am sailing away, and most of the time he's going to fire HE. 3100 damage. Then I turn to focus more on the FTG, but give my butt to the Conqueror. You know, present the smallest target possible. And I think I get a couple hits there on the Conqueror with torps. Maybe not. One. Get one torp. Well, once again, I'm going to just do what I normally do and pop a smoke behind me. Even though the Nevskys won't spot me, I'm going to pop this behind me and slow down and stop firing. So I should be decently okay. That's my last smoke of the battle. but I am still sailing forward. But I'm going to slow down and start reversing. But I'm hoping somebody might, you know, take out this Conqueror, because he's going to be the one that's causing me the most pain and suffering in this battle right now, being so close to me. So I'm going to, as you notice, you know, the start up and slow down speed of these British lights is really amazing, but the stopping, not so much. Not great at stopping. And I still always was forgetting what my range of detectability was when I fire my guns. But he needs to die now, because I'm screwed either way. Shooting at him, shooting at him, shooting at him. He takes damage, and I don't get the kill. Z-23 kills him with a flood. And then all of a sudden I run into the Georgia. Wasn't paying attention to my sailing. So I do apologize for ramming into him, because I didn't notice as soon as he was there. I wasn't paying attention. I was too worried about dying to the Conqueror. Alright, time to go back to shooting at an FDG at extreme range. 19.2 is what the ranges on the guns that I have built onto this. And there's also that Seattle that was causing me so much pain and suffering, you know, shooting into my smoke screen and whatnot. But we are getting a few hits on that FTG, which is nice, because he is gaining back health, but gotta remind him that we're here. My last salvo, I believe, will hit the island. And Seattle is shooting at me, but I'm pretty sure I'm outside of his range until I turn in here. Because I'm pretty sure these shields are falling short. Because from my time playing the Seattle, but then again, maybe he expected into range instead of reload like I did. On my Worcester and my Seattle, I put the reload, decreased turret rotation, but increased turret rotation, but decreased reload. Just because I liked to fire super fast. With the Minnow, on the other hand, I put the range modification more than the reload modification, because I wanted to be a little bit more flexible, because I felt like that was the problem that I had with the Worcester, was not being flexible. Of course, the Worcester's also a freaking HE spammer, but its fire chance is low because you have to take IFHE in order to actually do damage. And notice here a Shimakaze, the one that was getting chased down earlier. He's on 300 health, and he's been the undivided attention of the carrier for almost the length of the match. And he just now dies. But I think for like 3 minutes, the carrier was only focused on him. Shot down on the carrier's planes there, so that brings us up to 4 carrier plane kills. That's not going to be the end of it, because now that the destroyer's dead, I'm actually the closest thing to the enemy carrier. Besides that Z-23. But the Z-23 is going to slow up, because he's on a lot of low health. So, I mean, I don't blame him. There, of course, the DD that just died of Shima, he says in chat, CV spent like 10 minutes trying to kill me. And I told him he deserves a compliment for that, because he basically just, on 300 health, avoided the CV forever. Here I overturn and take this torp. That was not my bad. But I'm shooting down plane after plane after plane. And the problem I'm having here is, it's like I either have to worry about that carrier or those 2 ships, but then those 2 ships aren't actually paying any mind to me. And then they are, and then they aren't, you know, type thing. And here I'm like, I need to slow down. I need to slow down, but I'm not slowing down. Just carrying on, full speed, chugging along. Here comes more planes. The FDG really looks at me and then stops looking at me, then looks at me again, and it's funny. But of course the Shokaku is launching his planes against me, so I'm gonna turn and try to avoid everything that I can. I actually kill the FDG, which is nice because I like getting more kills in my ships. That's kind of one of the main problems I've been having, is not getting enough kills. But here comes more planes. More planes for me. And I'm like, oh, please stay in the cap, please stay in the cap, please stay in the cap. I shot down all that squadron, put me up to 21 planes. So, and I get shots out of the carrier, but I'm gonna sail out of the cap because lovely. Too much momentum, and I'm also basically on the ground here now. But I do have a Georgia close by, so it's not just my AA now. And I think he's actually going to go for the Georgia and the Z-23 with these. But I still, thankfully, have most of my AA guns up. So, I'm doing a lot of damage to these planes, taking out a few here and there. Up to 22 plane kills. And here comes the planes for another pass. Then another plane kill, up to 23. I actually do get to assist in the capture of that base. There's 24. And here comes more planes, because the Shokaku hasn't ran out of planes yet. And while he's up, I'm making sure to switch over to him, because I want to get him dead, because he's going to cause a lot of pain. And then I speed right back up, right back into the island again. And there's a high caliber, and we've shot down 28 planes. I think the mission that the task I was trying to complete was to shoot down 25 planes in one match, and so I got that with 3 to spare. So that was pretty nice. I believe this is for the Yamamoto, Isoroku Yamamoto. Anyways, so that battle ended with us getting 186,000 damage, 363 target hits. We did get 2 torp hits that game. Got us a high caliber. 28,000 XP. Completed the airplane task. We came first on the team. 23, almost 2,400 base XP for 1 kill, 28 plane kills, and a high caliber. And then looking at this one, the most damage we did was to that Conqueror. Does that really surprise anybody? Shouldn't, because I was able to farm him for most of his health. FDG, almost 32,000 damage, almost 37,000 to Shokaku. We did get the kill on the FDG, which was nice, but we did more damage this game with torpedoes than we did in previous matches with the Neptune, which was 23,000 damage from the torpedoes, with 162 coming from the guns. Now, if you're curious how I got all that XP, here you go. This is all of it. It was also a daily win, and it was during an event, so we got plus 100%. And we did a decent return on credits because of the premium account, 463,000. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, a rating would be much appreciated, and I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.